Hello, everybody, and welcome to our lesson today. Today, we have something very special. We have a lesson about the verb to get. It's a really difficult verb. It has a lot of different meanings, and today we're going to talk about a lot of these meanings. We're going to talk about the different ways that we can use the verb to get, and I think that you'll get it. I think that you'll really like it. I think it'll be useful. All right. Well, before we get started here, I just want to remind everybody who is watching us right now that we have lessons every day. We practice every day, practice speaking every day. And there's a lot of cool things that we have been adding to our program to help people speak English. So if you're here for the first time, then welcome. And if it's not your first time, then welcome back. Today, we're going to get into this lesson about get. But again, if it's your first time watching, you might not know about everything that we have here. So let me first share that with you. So on the screen right now, you should see inside of our community. This is part of the English Everyday community. And this is where we speak English every day. And you can see that right now we have a lesson starting about different ways to use get. And so when you come in here, you can just click here to join the lesson. And that's how our students join us. And then we also have challenges where you can complete the challenge by adding an image or writing a text. And there are different things that you have to do there. Then we also have meetups. You can come here and you can click on this live room, and anytime, 24/7, you can come here and you can practice speaking English with other people who are online at the same time as you. We've also got our chat, and you can see that people are writing in here. Someone was asking, hey, can anyone meet up right now? People were connecting with others. Like here, they were talking in the live chat room. And so it's a good place to meet people. And then here, Pedro set up a meetup in the live room, and people joined, and he said, wow, this is great. So it's really a cool place to go. You can also send messages directly to other members of the community. And here's a good place where you can chat anytime with other people. You can also see who's the most active in the community. So you can see here's the top 3, and then this month you can see who has been the most active. So this is a really cool platform. And then if you go over here where it says library, you can actually go into the different courses that we've given you. And if you stay with us and do what we call the 100-day challenge, then you'll get lots of bonuses added to your account. And so let me just show you a little bit of what that looks like. You can come down here, and there's a bonus actually every 5 days. And now we've actually added some super bonuses. We call them super bonuses because they're super. After 45 days with us, you get a free book. After 75 days with us, we add 3 free courses. So you just get 3 courses for free just for being with us for 75 days. We actually give you a free course after 5 days with us too. And then after 100 days, we actually send you a t-shirt in the mail to your door. So this is a really, really cool platform where you can chat with other people. You can join live lessons with teachers like right now. And let's get started. So today we're talking about get, the verb get, and how you can use this. And so the first way that we use get is to mean to buy something, to buy something. So to buy something or to obtain something, this is to get something. I can say I went to the shop and I got some food, right? So that's one way that we can use get. And today we're going to talk about a lot of different ways to use get. And I see Andrea is here with us. Nirvana is here with us. Great. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nirvana, hi, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great, and you?
Great, great, great. I like your background. And are those Brazil colors too?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Great. So have you got anything new recently?
No,
No,
no.
you don't buy new things.
I I'm not.
You don't. I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Um, let's see. Recently, I got some new markers. Maybe you got some food.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so one important thing for us to talk about when we speak about get is the difference between a couple things that can be a little bit confusing. So one thing that can be confusing sometimes is to get, which means to buy, for example, and then have got, which means to have, right? So when can we use these? Like if we say, I've got some food, I've got some food. If we say that, then this means I have some food. I have some food. But if we say, I got some food, this means I bought some food. I spent money to get it. Yeah, I've got some food. So we can say I've got, or we can say I got, and they mean something a little different. I've got means I have, but I got means I bought. Do you understand what I'm saying, Nirvana? You got it? Okay. And that's funny because we can use the verb get to talk about understanding something also. To understand something. So I can say, do you get it? Do you get it? Or I can just say, got it? And this means that you understand. So that's another meaning of the verb to get, to understand something. So we can say, I get what you're saying. It means I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of different meanings of the verb to get, and that's why we're having this lesson today. I see a few other people are here with us. Andrea, Panisa, Amal, Hend, Wajiha, Nielsen, Anilda, Adan, Denaji. Welcome, everybody, to the lesson today. And if you have questions during our lesson today, you can click the raise hand button, or you can write something in the chat and ask a question. If you're watching on YouTube, you can write a comment and I'll try to answer. Andrea, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. It's been a long time.
Hello, Chris. Good to see you too. Hi, everyone.
Hi, hi, hi. So how have you been?
I've been great. Everything's all right. Thanks.
It's been a long time since I've seen you here.
Yes, but I joined your platform, but not always with you because you teach us less times than others, other teachers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to add more and more lessons and more teachers. And have you seen the community?
Yes, yes, and I like it. It was a good idea to create a community.
Thank you. Awesome. So, what have you got recently? Have you got anything recently?
Yes, unfortunately, yes, because I wasted money. So
Really?
yeah, I bought some new clothes. Some I also got experiences because I've been in Dubai
Oh, wow.
and I've got there many new experiences and new adventures. New,
Uh,
so
did you get any souvenirs?
yes, I got some souvenirs. I bought some things for my family members.
So, did you go to Dubai for vacation, for holidays, or just for business? Or
No, for a short holiday, a 5 days holiday only. Yeah.
wow, sounds like fun. Was it hot?
Not very hot, only about 24 degrees.
Oh, perfect.
It was, yeah. But it was ideal to escape from cold weather, from what we have in my country, to escape to a sunny place for some
Uh-huh.
days. Yeah.
Great. So you said you got some new clothes. Where did you get them?
In shopping malls. In I live in Romania, but I bought these clothes in Hungary because I went there and I visited my children, and I also went to. I also did some shopping.
Okay. So your children live in Hungary, but you live in Romania now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And do you ever get clothes online?
Yes, I have got clothes online, but I prefer traditional buying of clothes, going to shops and to try them on and to see if they fit or not. So I'm a bit traditional in this way.
You don't like to be surprised when the clothes show up at your house and you put them on and they don't fit?
Uh, Not really. Because it feels a bit difficult for me to send back if they don't fit, and to do all the procedure, which it's a bit complicated for me.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to spend extra time on that, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I see in the chat here, Wajiha asks us the question, what's the difference if we say, I have got to leave and I have to leave? And so there's really no difference. They're the same. I've got to leave, or I have to leave. They're the same. But this phrase, have got, it's a special phrase, and we can only use this phrase in the present tense, in the present. So we can only use it about now. We can't use it about yesterday, for example. So we cannot say, I had got to leave. No, we cannot say that. We have to say just, I had to leave. If we're talking about now, if we're talking about the present, then we can say both, and they're really the same. I've got to leave, or I have to leave. They're the same. Have got, like I've got to leave. This is more conversational, you might say. So people use this in conversations, and people use this. You don't use it so much in writing. Like if you're writing something formal, like a formal letter or email, then you probably wouldn't use have got. You would just say, I have to. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about two different meanings of get already today. We talked about the first one. So one meaning is to understand something. I hope you get that. I hope you understand that. I hope you get what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Maybe after I explain something to you, I can ask, got it? And that means understand. Another meaning of get that we talked about today already is to buy something. But we might not only say that it means to buy, because it's not only about giving money and then getting something. It's also about obtaining something or acquiring something, which can be like receiving something, right? So first, this thing was not yours, and then it became yours, right? Like this marker. This marker was not mine. I went on the website, Amazon. I said, I want those markers. I send Amazon some money, and they send this marker to me. And now this marker is mine. I got this marker, right? So this is one way that you can get something, but you can also get something if a person gives it to you, right? Like at Christmas, my mom gave me a new sweater. I got a new sweater for Christmas. So I didn't have to give money for this. I didn't have to pay for this. Somebody gave it to me and I got it. So first it was not mine. Now it's mine, right? Or for example, this shirt. A company sent me an email and said, we will give you some clothes for free if you wear them on YouTube. And I said, okay, send it to me. They sent it. And now I can say, I got this shirt, right? I got this shirt. So that's another way that you can get something, right? Maybe sometimes there's a story in the news, or there's a film or a documentary on TV, and they talk about a person with lots of money, and how did they get this money? How did they get it? So maybe they worked hard to get it. Maybe somebody else had it and they took it. All of these things, for all of these situations, we can use the verb get. Right? So if we tell someone, I got it, like I got this shirt, it maybe I paid money, or maybe I stole it, or maybe someone gave it to me, or maybe I found it on the street, right? All of these things can be get. So it's not only about buying something, it's also about acquiring or obtaining something or receiving something. But that's not the end of the story with the verb to get, right? That's not the end. Another way. Let me read some comments here and answer some questions. Okay, Genik asks, "Hi teacher, how are you today? Can I say to someone that I want to get her phone number?" Yes. So this is like, right? First, you don't have it, and then you have it. So it's the same: to obtain, to acquire this phone number, to receive this phone number. So yeah, in some funny videos on Facebook, maybe you see a man, he walks up to a woman and he says, "Can I get your phone number? Can I get your phone number?" And then she gives him her phone number, and then he runs back to his friends and he says, "I got it. I got her phone number." Right? First he didn't have it, and now he has it. This is to get. So another meaning of get, and this one is sometimes confusing for people, but another meaning of get is to arrive at a place or to reach a place. So, for example, you go to a party and your friend says, "Hey, did you try any of the food? The food is so good. You have to try the food." And you say, "No, I haven't tried it. I just got here. I just got to the party." This means just, when we use just with the verb like this, it usually means that I did this very recently, not long ago, right? So I just got to the party. It means I only now arrived at the party. Very recently, I arrived at the party. So I haven't had time to try the food yet. I just got here, right? Or maybe when you come home after work, you walk in the door, you take your shoes off, and then someone calls you and says, "Hey, let's go meet at the park." And you say, "Oh, I just got home from work." It means like very recently, not long ago, I got home. Like I'm tired and I need some time. I need some more time, right? I just got here. I just got home. And then, when you work every day, someone might ask you, "What time do you get home from work in the evening?" Or "What time do you get to work in the morning?" So this is my question for you, everyone who's here on Zoom with me right now. We are going to go to our breakout rooms and practice speaking and using these phrases. So my first question is, what time do you get to work in the morning? And what time do you get home from work in the evening? Okay, so those are the two questions to think about. What time do you get to work in the morning? What time do you get home from work in the evening? So for everyone on Zoom right now, on the screen, you should see a button. Just click the button to join the room. Everyone who's on YouTube right now, you can answer these questions in the comments. What time do you get to work in the morning? What time do you get home from work in the evening? All right, let's see what everybody says. And let's see, on YouTube, I see Fernando asking, "Can I use get to give and receive something?" You can use get about receiving something, but you cannot use get about giving something. So it's about receiving, but it's not about giving. Good question. So, so everyone who's in our English Everyday program, they get speaking practice every day. We have 5 lessons, sometimes more every day, and they can just click a button and start speaking. And those are the lessons with professional teachers, right? Those are lessons where there's, like, for example, right now, I'm here, I'm live, I'm answering questions, I'm speaking with people. And so those happen many times every day, but we also have our live room inside of the community. So let me show it, everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, let me show you again what that looks like. So on the screen right now, I'm showing you our English Everyday community, and you can see these are the live lessons. And when you click this button, click here to join the lesson, you can join. That's how everyone joined the lesson that we're in right now. And then there's also this area called meetups. And when you click on live room, you can go there and you can speak with anybody else who is on the platform right now. So a lot of times what will happen is during the day, students will go to our chat room. We have a little chat over here, and people will say, for example, is anyone available for a meetup right now? And then here, for example, Ashkalaka, she wrote that yesterday. And then Suri said, yeah, I'm available. So then they joined the live room. They went to the meetups, they joined the live room, and they spoke. They practiced speaking to each other. And then here, Ashkalaka said, thanks for your time. It was nice talking to you. See, they spoke for about 30 minutes. And so you don't have to plan it. You don't have to follow the schedule. We have a calendar. We have a schedule over here with our live lessons with teachers. And so if you go down to this calendar, you can see all of the different lessons that are happening every day. But you don't have to only follow the lessons. You can also speak with other people anytime you want. Plus, you can chat with people here, and you can also just post about what's happening here. So a lot of times people from our lessons will come in here and say, you know what, today's lesson was great. Like right here, speaking lesson is with Robert Salos ongoing. He's in a breakout room, so he's posting about the lesson that he's in, and that's really, really cool. So, so even if you are not in a lesson, you can still practice speaking. And then we have lots of other courses and other things that you can use in the library too. So this program gives you the chance to speak all day, every day. It's just a great, great opportunity for speaking. So if you're watching on YouTube right now and you're not in our course, if you're not in our program, then join English Every Day. Try it for a month. See if you like it. You can stop anytime that you want. Just try it for a month. And I know that if you try it for a month, that you're going to love it and you'll want to stay a lot longer. A lot of the students who you see here live with me, they've been with us for more than a year because it's a great place to practice speaking. And I know there's lots of courses and YouTube videos that teach you grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation, but there's one thing that you can't learn from a video. That's real speaking with real people. And so that's why I created this platform. Okay, so everybody who is over on YouTube right now, the link is posted there for you. Just click on the link in the chat and you can join our English Everyday program today. And actually, when you join today, there are lots of bonuses. I showed you earlier in today's video all the bonuses that you can get. We give away a free book. We give you a t-shirt that we'll send to you in the mail. And there's there's 5 different free courses that you can get. These are courses that I've made that you can get just by being in our program. Like after 5 days of being with us, we'll just give you a free course. If you are getting our emails. So, you have to stay in our course and stay with our emails, and we'll send you an email that says, hey, now your new bonus opened up. And every 5 days, there will be new bonuses that open up in our program. But then we also have these big bonuses, these super bonuses, like the free book, the free t-shirt, and the free courses that we'll just give you for being part of our speaking program. So click the link in the chat, in the comments. I've sent the link. Click it. I know you're going to love it. And I think just after 30 days, you're going to see such a big improvement in your speaking that you'll want to stay longer. So just try it for a month and see if you like it. Okay. Just click on the link in the chat and you can read more information about this and you can get started today. And again, if you join today, there's a lot of bonuses that you'll get also. You'll get the 24/7 live room where you can practice anytime you want, the 24/7 group chat, all those things that I was showing you, those are bonuses that you can get when you join today. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go back over to the breakout rooms and see how everybody's doing there because, I want to check and make sure everyone is getting good speaking practice. Okay. Okay, I'm looking. It looks like each room has active people speaking right now, and I'm going to jump into some of those rooms in a minute and check on their progress. But we also have other, so we also have other teachers on our platform who do our speaking practice lessons. And these are teachers with different accents from different places, American teachers, British English teachers, different teachers from different English speaking countries. And if you just click on the link that I've sent you in the chat, in the comments on YouTube, then you can learn how much is included in this program, how much it costs to join. All the details are on that page. So just click on that link, go to that page, and you'll get all the information that you need. But again, you can stop whenever you want, and I really know that you're going to love it. All right, great. So again, today's lesson is about the verb to get, and we talked about two meanings of the verb to get already. One was to understand something. One was to buy something. And then we also talked about a third meaning of get, which is to arrive at a place. And I asked about, I asked the members of our program who are here with me today live, who are speaking, I asked them the question, what time do you get to work in the morning and what time do you get home from work in the evening? And that's what they're discussing right now. And then they're going to come back and we'll be live with them again. And we'll continue to talk about a few more meanings of the verb to get. I see a question here by Genik in the chat. Teacher, you don't have courses on the weekends? We do. We have lessons every day of the year, many lessons every day. And you know what happens? The more people who join our lessons, the more lessons we add. So it's great. Like we see how many people are joining lessons. And when there's too many people in the lessons, what we do is we just add more lessons so that people can join more times. And then we add more teachers too. So yes, we have lessons at the weekend. We have lessons all week, weekend, holidays, even on Christmas, even New Year's, we had lessons too. So, and we've been doing this program for a few years already. We keep adding more and more cool stuff in there. Like we've added more bonuses, the free book I was telling you about, the free t-shirt and the free courses. And so, yeah, we keep adding more and more, and it just keeps getting better. So that's why people want to stay, because it just gets better and better. And when you stay, you get so much practice anytime that you want. All right, so let's bring all of our students back and let's see what they said about work. I can tell you my answer to these questions, right? The questions were, what time do you get to work in the morning? And what time do you get home from work in the evening? And my answers to these two questions are this. I work online and I work from home. So because I work from home, I get to work in the morning whenever I wake up, right? So really my commute, so my travel from my house to work, my commute is about 5 seconds. I walk from one room to the next room and I'm at work. And so usually I wake up around 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. maybe. I eat breakfast and then I go to work in the other room. So I get to work early, I think. And then I get home from work. Well, I'm at home already. So I don't really have to travel. So it doesn't really make sense for me to talk about that. But in a traditional job, you go to work and it's in a different location from your house. And that's why we were speaking about what time you get to work and what time you get home. All right. I see everyone's back from the breakout rooms. Great. All right. So let's talk about another meaning of get. Now, this next meaning of get is maybe the most important. Most important because we use it so much, so often. And this is the meaning to become. To get means to become. And you can use it with a lot of different words. So we use it a lot in English. Like, for example, I can say, I'm getting cold. This means I'm becoming cold, right? I wasn't cold first, and now I'm cold. I got cold. Or we can say this about the weather outside. And when we talk about the weather, we use the word it. So we can say, it is getting cold outside. So in December, you might say, oh, it's getting cold. It means the temperature or the weather is becoming cold. And then in the summer, it gets hot. It changes. It becomes hot, right? So when we use get with these different adjectives like cold and hot, then we need to think about it like this. We need to think about it like this. There's two sides, and this thing is changing, right? So we can think of it like a status or a condition. And up here we have a change. Something is changing. So, for example, we start here and we can say, for example, I'm not cold. And then over here we can say, I'm cold. And these are two different things. And then the change, when it changes, we can say, I'm getting cold. I'm getting cold, right? I'm getting cold. So I'm getting cold means maybe I'm not completely cold yet. Maybe I'm not completely cold right now, but I'm becoming cold. I'm getting cold. It means I'm not cold 100%, but I'm also not warm 100%, right? I'm in the middle. I'm changing. So another example of this is when we say, I'm getting married. Woohoo! Congratulations. I'm getting married. And that's not about me. I'm already married. I'm married. So that's my status, right? I'm already married. I'm married over here. But then someone else might say, no, I'm not married. I'm unmarried. Or we can say, I'm single, right? I'm unmarried or I'm single. I'm single means I don't have a wife or a husband. I'm single usually means I don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend also. I'm single, it's like I'm available, right? I'm single. So first, a person is single or unmarried, and that's their status. Are you married? No. Okay. But then they meet somebody and they make a decision. Let's get married. Okay. But they're not married just because they say that, right? If someone says, will you marry me? And you say, yes, then this doesn't mean you're married now, right? You're not married yet, but you will be married soon. You're in the process of changing from not married to married. So now you're getting married, right? Now you are getting married. And you're getting married and getting married. In some countries, people are getting married for a long time. Like in the United States, sometimes people say, yes, let's get married. And then it's 1 year or 2 years later before they really get married. But in other countries, it maybe is 1 month or 2 months, right? It's usually not the same day. It's usually not, hey, let's get married. Okay. And let's go. And okay, today we're married, right? Usually it doesn't work like that. So there's this process where you change. First, you're not married, and then you're married. And the process in the middle is to get married. This is to become married. So in the film, in films, you might see people say, let's get married. They don't say, let's marry. There is a verb, to marry, but they don't say, let's marry. They say, let's get married. Like, let's change from not married to married, right? So this is a really important example that people use a lot. Again, if you have any questions, write them in the chat on Zoom for my lovely members of English Every Day. And if you're not in English Every Day on YouTube, just write a question in the chat. Great. Okay, so I see people asking about the English Everyday program. Another thing you can do is if you have questions about our program, you can send a message, you can send an email to this email address, support@chrisandmarycoast.com. Okay, so we talked about get means to understand. I think you get it. We talked about buying something. So to get new clothes, for example, or get a new car. We talked about arriving at a place. What time do you get home? Or I just got to the party. And then we also talked about becoming, to get cold or to get married, right? So these are some of the main ideas of what it means to use the verb to get. These are some of the main ideas. Okay. But there are a lot of other phrases and phrasal verbs that also use the verb to get. And they have different meanings, right? Okay, I see a good question here in the Zoom chat from Wajiha. Should we say, I arrived to the party or I arrived at the party? Great question. You should say, I arrived at the party. So let's go back to our board over here. So, to is about movement. When we say to, so for example, I'm going to a party. I'm going to a party. It's about movement. I'm moving in that direction. But at is about a location. It's about a location. I'm at a party. And so arrive is not about moving. It's not about going. Arrive is about the last moment, right? It's the place. I arrived at this place. The same idea, like when we leave, I left my house. This is a location. It's not about move. Yes, you're moving when you leave, but we don't leave to a place. We just leave a place or leave from a place. I left my house or I left from my house. I arrived at the party. These are just 2 points, but the movement in the middle was go to the party. All right. Yeah, Wajiha, you have another question. Hi.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
Hi.
So the question, I actually got the answer, but you say that we should use at the party, arrived at the party, yeah? But
Yeah.
should we use I just got to the party or I just got at the party?
I just got to the party. I just got to the party. Because remember, get is about that process, about the changing. So first I was not at the party. Now I am at the party. And the process of changing that was get
Okay,
to the party.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Great questions today. All right. Okay, so let's talk about some other phrases that use the verb to get. For example, to get up. What time do you get up in the morning, Nirvana? What time do you get up?
Today, for example, I get up
I got up.
7. I got up
Mhm.
at
Yeah, I got up
7:30.
at 7:30.
Yeah,
I got up. I got up at 7:30. Yeah.
I got up at 7:30.
Right. And so this means this is when you got out of bed.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Great. So get up is one other phrase that we might use. Another phrase that we can use is to get along with someone. To get along with someone. And this is American English. In British English, the phrase is a little different. So let me write this on the board here. To get along with someone. This is American English. And in British English, instead, they usually say to get on with someone. But they have the same meaning. And this means to have a good relationship with someone. To have a good relationship with someone. So we might say, my father and my brother don't get along. My father and my brother don't get along. Means they don't have a good relationship. They don't have good communication. But in British English, they might say, my father doesn't get on with my brother. Or in American English, my father doesn't get along with my brother. So this is another example of a phrase that uses get, and it has a little bit of a different meaning. Another one is to get back. To get back. So this can mean to return to a place. Like, I just got back from vacation. Like Andrea was in Dubai and maybe she got back to Romania 2 days ago. She returned to Romania. She got back. She just got back. So this is another way that we can use get. Another one that we can say is to get away. To get away. Now, it's really important to remember that phrasal verbs, like these verbs, can have more than one meaning, right? So the verb to get away has a few different meanings. One meaning is like Andrea going to Dubai. She said, oh, it's cold in my city and I need to get away from the cold. So to get away means to escape or to go someplace where this thing is not there, right? So to escape or to go on vacation. In fact, this is a verb, to get away, but also we can use it as a noun, a getaway. Sometimes when you see companies advertising vacations, they won't always use the words vacation and holiday. Sometimes they will use the word getaway. One word, getaway, like this. And so you might say, my family and I had a 1 week getaway. It means a vacation. You get away from your house or from your city and you go to another place. But the verb to get away has another meaning. For example, we were talking before about getting married, right? And okay, that's probably not the best example. Let's use a different example. To get away. So, for example, there's a dog running out on the street, and you're trying to catch this dog, and you try to catch it, but you don't catch it. It runs away. It gets away. So when you try to catch something and then it's gone and now you cannot get it, this is to get away. That dog got away. Yesterday I caught 3 dogs, but 1 got away. And I wanted to give an example about getting married because sometimes in films or TV shows, you will hear people say this phrase. They will say, she's the one that got away. It means she was the one that you wanted to be with, the one you wanted to have a relationship with, but it didn't work, and now she's gone. She's the one that got away. So this verb to get away can also mean this. And sometimes when we add more words, it has another meaning, like to get away with something. This means something different. For example, if a person does something bad, like they steal something from the shop, and the police do not catch them, we can say, he got away with it. It means that he did something bad and he was not punished. It means there were no consequences for this bad thing. And we even have an idiom, a special phrase about this. The special phrase in English is to get away with murder. This means that a person can do lots of bad things and not have any problems for this. Like, for example, maybe you know someone, maybe you know a child who has bad behavior and his parents never punish him for this. So you can say, their son gets away with murder. It doesn't mean that there was murder. This isn't what it's about. If we say their son gets away with murder, it means he can do anything that he wants and they don't punish him or tell him that it's bad. Great. I see a good question here in the chat from Abbas. Doesn't get away also mean to leave me alone? Yes. Good example. So he gave the example, get away from me. Right. So it's important when we talk about phrasal verbs, and there's a lot of phrasal verbs with the verb to get. And when we talk about phrasal verbs, it's important to remember that they have a lot of different meanings. Usually they have at least one meaning that is direct. And other meanings might be metaphoric or like a general idea, but not a direct idea. So the word away means not here, right? The word away means not here. So when you tell someone get away, it means become not here. Don't be here. Go away. Get away. Right? So yeah, if you tell someone, get away from me, it means leave me alone. Don't be here. I don't want you to be around me. That's what it means. Good example, Abbas. Yeah, and I see Fernando on YouTube saying, gosh, how many uses of the verb to get are there? Yeah, there's so many, right? There are so many ways that we can use the verb to get. And so let's talk a little bit more about the direct meaning of phrasal verbs with get. Like, for example, the verb to get on. Get on. I said that most phrasal verbs have two different meanings or more, a direct meaning and a metaphoric meaning or a general meaning. So you might know this phrase, get on. Like, let's get on with the lesson. Chris, enough talking, get on with it. This means continue or like start already. So next time I start a lesson and I'm just blah, 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 you can say, Chris, let's get on with it. And it means let's start, let's continue, let's move forward. But if we talk about the direct meaning, get on, we usually use this when we're talking about a bus, a train, an airplane, right? First, when you go to, when you fly somewhere, first you go to the airport and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then you start boarding the airplane. And when you board the airplane, what does that mean? To board the airplane, it means to get on the airplane. So we get on the airplane and then we land in the place that we're flying to. We arrive and we get off the airplane. On, off. Right? So we can use get about these different kinds of movements, and get is different from go. We had the example that Abbas asked about, like get away, but we can also say go away. Go means to move further from something, right? Like if we are here and we go, it means we move to a different location, a different place. So go away means just move away, move not here, right? But get away is like become not here. So they're very similar. They're very similar. So I can go on the airplane. This is just about my movement, right? Or I can get on the airplane. And this means first I was not on the airplane. And then I go through the process, I change, and now I'm on the airplane. So that's what get means, right? It's about changing your status, about changing your condition. First, you're not that thing, and then you are. Just like when we talked about to get married. First, you're not married, and then you are married. This is the process of get married. And then get divorced. First, you're married, and then this process changes, and now you're divorced. Congratulations. And then get remarried, and then you're divorced, and you get married again, and now you're married. Congratulations again. And then you can just repeat that process for the rest of your life, and you can break the record for number of marriages. I don't know, what is the record? We should look in the Guinness Book of World Records and find out. Okay, so back to YouTube comments. Banki says, can we use get away from me with kids also? Like when kids really disturb me when I'm doing my work. Right now I say, don't disturb me, please. Don't disturb me, please is probably a lot nicer Yes, you can say get away, but it does sound a little rude, right? It sounds a little bit rude. You can say go away, you can say get away. It sounds a little rude. Don't disturb me or don't bother me. B-O-T-H-E-R. Don't bother me. Or don't interrupt me. Interrupt. I-N-T-E-R-R-U-P-T. To interrupt. Right? In the middle of something. You're doing something, and like when you're talking and then someone starts talking in the middle of when you were talking, this is to interrupt. It's probably nicer to say those things. And with please. Please always makes it a little nicer. So yes, we have to remember, if we tell someone, get away from me, it might sound rude, or it's not very nice. Yeah, good question. All right, everybody. So, we could talk for hours and hours and hours about the verb to get, because there's just so many phrases that use the verb to get. There are idioms, special phrases, like we talked about some of them. There are phrasal verbs that we talked about, and there's just so many different ways to use the verb to get. So today we had a good basic explanation and practice of using the verb to get. But now I want you to get some practice. Have some practice. Use this, okay? So everybody who's here with me on Zoom, everyone in the English Everyday program, we can go over to the live room in the meetups, and we can continue talking about get and continue using some of the examples that we had today in this lesson. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, come join us. Come try the English Everyday program. Try it for a month. You can stop whenever you want, but I think that you'll love it. I think that you'll get lots of really great practice. And just click the link in the chat, read the information about it, and then join us. And I hope to see you live at the next lesson. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, so if you're still here on YouTube, then let me show you one more time what this program looks like on the inside. Okay, so if we go over to this community, you can see that this is the live lessons section. And we have live lessons that are happening right now. And this lesson has just finished, so now it's not here. But we also have upcoming lessons, and this shows you the times of the next lessons that are happening. But you can also just go down to this calendar, and you can click on this plus button, and you can add this calendar to your phone or your computer. After you join, you should definitely download our study plan, which will help guide you and tell you what you should do. It'll tell you, each month, each week, what you want to complete, so you can really get a lot of practice. Then we've got bonuses down here. And these bonuses open up every 5 days. And there's some special super bonuses, like a free course, a free book, 3 free courses, and even a free t-shirt that we'll send you in the mail. And then we have our chat, where you can talk to other students. You can chat here anytime that you want, 24/7. Then we've got a place where you can post in here, and Nirvana is our superstar in here. She posts videos of her practicing. We've also got Pedro, who started a meetup, a live room, and was chatting with Dinaji and Nirvana. And so our really active students like to use this meetup section and this live room. And very soon, I think some of the students who are in our lesson right now will come over and open this live room and continue practicing their speaking. You can also find other members in here, and it's really great. So, maybe you met someone during the lesson and you want to talk to them some more, and you can just come here and you can send them a message. So I really like that too. We've also got challenges for you to complete. And we've also got the library. When you go to the library, you can see all of the different courses that you have access to. So, you know, as you get your bonuses, then you'll start to see those bonus courses in here. So this is our program, and I really hope to see you there next time. Make sure you click the link in the chat on YouTube if you'd like to join us. And I hope that you have a great day. I hope this lesson was useful. And I hope to see you next time.